Hi, I'm Splashes, and welcome to Tutorial Tuesdays. And the days of passive chicken farming are back, thanks to honey blocks. So this design is for 1.15, and a while back, an update onto how the chickens dropped their items broke these old passive farms, because the chickens would drop them out, spitting from the top. But with this system, we're able to do that again because we collect from the top instead of from the bottom. And this farm will produce about one cooked chicken per hour per chicken that you have in this pen. So in this case, we have 10 chickens in here. I've been running it for about 12 hours, and we have about 100. Well, it's actually about 140 chicken now, but it was about 120 when I started this morning. So let's go over how you can go ahead and build this thing, and it's actually quite simple. We will need the following items: a hopper minecart, 2 hoppers, a redstone comparator, a redstone repeater, 3 redstone dust, a dispenser, a daylight detector, a rail, and this is just a temporary piece, we won't actually use it, or it won't actually be in the final farm, but we need to use it to place down the minecart, a single honey block, a single glass pane, 1 chest, a sign, lava, water, some eggs to get this thing started, and some solid blocks. This one I have built out of glass just so we can go ahead and see everything, but in reality that probably wouldn't be the best thing to do. And right now the world is actually set to midnight because we have to use this daylight detector here. And if you even on inverted during full brightness, it will wind up powering up this dispenser, and then you won't be able to use the dispenser to spit out the eggs. And oh, look, there we go. So this farm works nice and simply, and really isn't all that much to it. Basically, you just have your normal setup for the chicken dispenser here. This dispenser spits out the eggs here, and the baby chickens go in right here. Now, the baby chicken, because of the height of the daylight detector, the baby chickens are not able to reach this water because they're only 0.4 blocks tall. Adult chickens, however, are 0.7 blocks tall. So when the chicken grows up, its head will get caught in the water, and he'll be sucked up, and then he's pushed off by this water stream and dropped into the lava. Now, you can make this without the honey block. However, there is the possibility, although it seems quite rare, that these baby chickens are able to jump up off this gap. But with this honey block here, they are completely unable to. Over here, we just use this sign to go ahead and prevent the water from spreading, and the chickens will die almost instantly the moment they touch the lava, with their drops being up here, which is quickly absorbed by this hopper minecart, which is dropped down into this hopper, and then filling up this chest. So let's quickly go over on how to build this guy. Building this guy is actually quite simple. So let's just go in here, we'll grab ourselves some solid blocks, grab ourselves a honey block, ourselves a daylight detector, grab the water bucket for now, the rail, glass pane, the hoppers, and ourselves a minecart with hopper. And let's just grab the dispenser as well. So first we need to have a couple blocks here like this, and then we go ahead and stick our honey block here. Then we put the daylight detector here, and we need to make sure that it is not inverted. And this will just prevent the chickens from being able to jump out, because it's less than half a block tall. And actually it needs to be less than 0.4 blocks tall. I tried it with a campfire, and the chickens are able to jump out of there, so it does have to be this daylight detector. And unfortunately the other blocks of this height are sea pickles, which you cannot place on honey, and snow, which the water will destroy. So unfortunately we are limited to this daylight detector. Let's go ahead and build up a little thing around it. We will stick our dispenser pointing inwards into the daylight detector like this. And even though this daylight detector is partially covering up the dispenser, the chickens will still be able to spawn on top of it. Next we place ourselves a piece of glass here, since that is where the water will run along here, because we're going to place it right here in a moment. go ahead and build up around here quickly. Oh, we also need ourselves a sign. Let me just go ahead and place the water here quickly. So, place the water down, and that will flow on. Get rid of this guy. Grab ourselves the oak sign. And these guys will not get ignited by the lava, so you shouldn't have to worry about that at all. And just go ahead and place a block here like this and this. And then go ahead and drop your hopper here. Now go ahead and place down this rail. So now we will stick the minecart with hopper on top of it and just push it in. And it's important that you do this before you do the lava, because otherwise, if you do this incorrectly, which is very easy to do, it can be kind of a finicky thing, you don't really want to lose the minecart in the lava. And to sort of help this thing get set in place, you can just do this a couple times, but it won't take too long for all the chickens to knock the minecart like this regardless. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just so long as it doesn't fall into the hole. It's really the only major thing you have to worry about. See? Don't need these guys anymore. So now we go ahead and drop our lava bucket in here. And now we already have basically the difficult part of this farm. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some redstone and the chest. Just pop this guy off, and we can go ahead and stick our chest there. Oh, look, see? It's already folded now in the right place. And now this back end is pretty simple. Just like this. I actually built this a little bit too close to this other machine, but that is quite okay. Put a comparator down, make sure it is on subtract mode, and then go ahead and stick a repeater here. Stick a non-transparent block. This just lets us save a little bit of redstone. Just like that. And then put a piece up here, and this guy actually also needs to be a non-transparent block, just so that way it actually transmits over to the dispenser. And you go ahead and pop out this guy and pop out this guy. Stick down a hopper here, and this will be for your egg collection system. Build up a little thing around here just so the chickens can't hop out, and then you can go ahead and just start chucking your eggs in here and filling this guy up with chickens. I'm just going to cheat and use a chicken egg. And just pop a couple guys in there. And then also make sure that you cover the top of this here with blocks of some sort, so that way the chickens don't float up and then they can jump out. And that's really all there is to this. It's a very, very simple farm, and it should be really good for getting you set up with some food. Now, with this thing, you do, or because we're using the daylight detector, you do either need to make it out of solid blocks or have it inside, in a place where there isn't any sunlight. Now, whether that be that you're building inside a cave, where honestly most people start their games, or hidden inside a build, is up to you. Just the important thing is that you can't have, or the light level in here for the sunlight has to be 0. And I know it says the light is 15, but it's midnight right now, which means this guy is actually not putting out any power. But if we go ahead and set the time of day to noon, oopsie, time set noon, you'll see that this guy is now putting out quite a bit of power here. And if we go ahead and grab some eggs here, okay, there we go. That wasn't a problem I was expecting. Just spit them in there. You can see that this guy will not actually spit these things out, because even though this thing is running, this dispenser is being powered by this daylight detector. So it's very important that everything is in the dark. And if we set this back to midnight, where this thing is not producing any power, it should pick itself right back up. And there we go. And then you just want to close this guy off, because otherwise the chickens will get out. But that is... oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There we go. But that is really all there is to it. It's a very simple farm, and I hope it serves you well. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!